Hello, Leo. This is going to be your weekly tarot and oracle forecast. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies for the upcoming week, break it down, and let you know how to navigate. So we're going to take some overall themes and messages for this week. It's going to be an intense one. Venus is retrograde. So let's take a look at some overall themes for this reading. Now, I should remind you that this reading is for all Leo sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. If you'd like to check out your other placements, please check out my other videos. So the overall theme is Sisters of the Seasons. What a beautiful card. It says cycles of growth, natural law, and divine order. Everything happens in due time, right? Okay, let's see what else we need to know. Past suffering or feeling like you're in lack. You know, it's interesting. Somebody may feel like things aren't happening quickly enough. You know, Leos are very passionate. They're very headstrong, and they like to get things done like boom, boom, boom. And when it doesn't go that way, it can feel quite frustrating. So let's take a look at what else we need to know, Leo. And we have here mountain. Okay, the mountain can be seen two ways. It can be seen as an obstacle, and it can also be seen as an achievement. It says, know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. So in other words, you might be afraid to get to a certain point because you've had past traumas, triggers, and hurts. You may be feeling like you need to move through this healing process quicker, than intended. And I understand why. But at the same time, we have to feel it to heal it, and we have to let things happen naturally in the flow that it's intended, okay? So let's take a look at the tarot and see what you need to know about this week. Now, we do have Venus retrograde, and that means we're going to be reevaluating a lot of things in our life, It can be ourselves, as in our self-worth, self-respect, self-value. It can be your finances, and it can be your romantic relationships. So let's take a look at what else we need to know for this week. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. There's work to do. But I always tell people we want to work smart, not hard. Just because we put in a lot of hours doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to see progress. And that's kind of coming back to what I said originally. If you're trying to overdo it or make it happen quicker, you're going to get resistance. You're going to get that mountain. And there you go. Somebody's trying to read the fine print. And that can be a lot of overanalyzing and adding extra work that isn't necessary. Now, I'm not saying you blindly go through life without looking at details, but it almost feels like this is excessive, like looking for things too detailed. Now, potential or challenge is the Ten of Cups, happiness. It's one thing to ask for happiness, another thing to allow it. I've seen the Ten of Cups quite a few times already in these readings, so you might want to check out your other astrological placements. But let's see, the Fishhook. Someone feels powerless. It's interesting. There's this vulnerability, this fear of vulnerability, actually. So, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we need to focus on this week, Leo. The Knight of Pentacles. Trust the process, Kelly. The story of my life. This is about letting things happen in divine order and go with the flow. So hard to do. But I really do think that's the best advice that I can give you, is to go with that flow. Allow yourself to ascend, right? You can't instantly go from the ground to the sky in the hot air balloon. Like, it doesn't happen like this. Like, there's a process of ascension, right? So we're going towards balance here. That's indeed what we need, right? We need peace. Ask a Leo. They'll always tell you they want peace. I know it sounds very cliche, but Leos often struggle with having peace in their life. Now, recent past is the Ace of Cups. You've got to fill your own cup. I've seen this card already, actually. I saw it a lot with, I believe, the Aries reading. And if it wasn't Aries, there's other ones that are saying specifically or showing, like, you've got to fill your own cup. You've got to put yourself first. Leos are such overgivers. One of the most overgiving signs of the zodiac. And there you go. There's the handcuffs. Now, that can be spicy and fun too. But at the same time, this is saying you've got to uncuff yourself from the restrictions. It's almost like something holds you back from receiving. Leos are not comfortable being in receiving mode. But let's take a look at the strength position. And there's the Six of Pentacles. You want equal giving and receiving in balance. It is super important to you to feel like there's something reciprocated, at least a little bit, right? And with that, we have the dice. It's time to roll the dice. Are you ready to take a gamble to get the balance in your life or to have new experiences? Now, your near future, we have here the Queen of Pentacles. There you go. This could be about your finances. There you go with Venus retrograde. This can also be about just generally finding stability in your life, feeling like things are going well and consistently, right? And so with that Queen of Pentacles is the sap. I just saw this. The sap is about having the resources. Okay, now when I see this card, I always think of somebody being sappy or emotional. You might find that your emotions are running high this week. But again, this is about the necessary resources to find your stability. Now, the suggested approach here is the Ace of Wands, a rod of fire. This is all about a passionate new beginning, creativity, a spark of some kind that can push you in the right direction. And with that, we have the thunderstorm. Okay, there's a power shift happening. There's something that's lighting you up. And I mean, rod of fire, spark of creativity, sounds like things are changing. Now, what do you need to know? The Lovers. I've seen the Lovers quite a bit, actually. The Lovers is a deep soul connection. It's a decision in love. It's very lovely energy. The question is, are you open to it? Let's see. The fishing pole. You've got to extend yourself. You've got to put yourself out there. That's the key. If you're not putting yourself out there, how can new love come in? Now, oh, geez, too many cards dropped out. But let's take a look at the hope and or fear. Maybe there's a lot of fears that are coming through and maybe a lot of hopes as well. The Magician, communication. Hoping for communication, hoping to be able to communicate properly. You've got to tell the universe what you want and clearly decide what you want, right? So that it can come to you. And with that, very likely, absolutely, when you're clear, you give yourself a massive opportunity. Let's see, probable outcome. The Ten of Swords. Something is dead, done, and over with, and you have to accept it. This is basically saying that you're ready to start a new beginning because 10 is 1 plus 0, which is a 1. And with that, the Fortress. I'm asking you to take your walls down. You know, walls keep you stuck. Boundaries give you flexibility and growth. So I want you to take down your walls. Now let's take a love card here. What do we need to know for you this week in love? Twin flames. Beautiful. I'm not all about the label necessarily. However, it says trust the magnetic pull of your twin flame. It will guide you towards them. I always like to look at it like this. You are your own twin flame. Your soul is trying to wake you up. When you're in good energy, when you're ascending, the energy follows. Feminine energy leads in the 5D, masculine in the 3D. So therefore, do all you need to do for you and the rest will follow. I really hope this resonates with you. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in the description box below. Thank you very much, and I wish you an amazing week.